So guys, I've already primed my eyelids and I'm immediately going to proceed with the eyeshadows. I'm going to take my KVD Metal Matte palette, and the first shade we're going to go into is this one over here, which is called Fringe, and it's like a nice, almost like a pastel type of pink. And that is just going to serve as a transition shade. I'm going to take that on a large fluffy brush and just apply that, in the outer corner, and take it very high up towards the brow bone. Not all the way on the brow bone, but you know, close enough. Then I'm going to highlight my brow bone using this shade over here, which is called Bone. You can take your blending brush and go a little bit again over here around the edge just to soften it a bit out. Alright. The next eyeshadow we're going to go into is Ribbon. This one over here. It is a really like, well, not really, but a fairly dark purple shade, and that one is going to go all over the lid and into the outer corner. I don't need it to pack a punch, so that's why I have a fairly fluffy brush, because mostly I want to, you know, apply it as a base for the purple shade from Urban Decay, but also be able to blend it out. You can see it's actually a really pigmented shade. So I should probably not apply much more and just start blending it out. So at this stage I don't care so much for whether the eyeshadow is applied impeccably on my lid. I really focus on having it blended out here with the pink, just because that will be the difficult part. Once you apply the Moondust eyeshadow, you can't really go a lot around and blend, because then you're going to get a lot of glitter fallout. So I try to have everything as blended as possible, and then afterwards you can always take a little bit of the dark purple and just tap it on here on the outer corner to intensify it a little bit. But for now I don't really bother with having the eyeshadow to be really smooth. I just bother mostly with having the edges between the pink and my crease blended out. And as usual, before I apply the Moondust eyeshadow, I'm going to take a sticky base. I'm going to take Pixie Epoxy from Fyrinnae. You can take any glitter glue as long as it's nice and sticky. And we're going to apply that over the lid, or over the part of your eyelid really where you want the Moondust eyeshadow to be. For me that is a large portion of the moving lid. But don't take it all the way up into the crease. You don't want the sticky stuff to be in your crease. You just really want it mostly focused on the lid. Like so. And then I'm going to grab Ether from Urban Decay, which is this gorgeous dark purple with, I see coppery and pink and like all kinds of different types of sparkles in it. It's really beautiful, and I'm going to dip my finger like so as usual and just apply that over top of my lid where I applied the glitter glue. Isn't that pretty? These are so gorgeous. I just can't get over how beautiful these are. Okay. In order to intensify the outer corner a little bit, because I still would like to have some more depth here in the outer corner, I am actually going to grab this gorgeous dark gray over here, which is called Stone, and I'm going to pop that in the very outer corner of my eye. You could go in, excuse me, I'm knocking shit around here. You could go in with a black, but I personally feel like black is always really, really stark for me, so I prefer the dark gray. So that's going to go right here in the very outer edge of the eye. And this is a really pigmented eyeshadow. I mean, all the eyeshadows in this eyeshadow palette are incredibly pigmented, but especially when you're working with such a dark color, you really, really want to take it only like this on the tip of your brush and not go too overboard, because this is the type of eyeshadow where you can easily go bonkers before you know it. Do I want twinkle or glitz? Okay, we're going to go with this shade over here, which is called Glitz. It's a really beautiful shade of like a light champagne pink. It's one of the biggest dips in this palette that I've made, because I use this eyeshadow quite a lot. And we're going to highlight with it, like so. Okay, you could 100% totally wing a liner with this look if you wanted, and I think I would have. Only my right eye is being a bitch since yesterday, and she likes to really tear up here in the outer corner and eat up my eyeliner, and I can feel that my eye is still irritated, so I'm not going to wing a liner today. I'm just going to proceed immediately with the lower lash line. And for that I'm going to take this pencil from Essence in the shade Berry Mary. It's like a berry color, really. And I'm going to tight line with that and apply it also in my waterline. I'm going to go in this beautiful burgundy shade over here called Velvet, and potentially I'm going to put a little bit of Vault over top of that, but I'm not quite sure yet. So let's start with Velvet and see how that goes. And that will go here on the waterline. Okay, I actually think I'm going to leave it like this at Velvet. I'm going to take my blending brush again and blend out Velvet. I can already feel the bitch starting to tear up. Okay guys, this is pretty much all that's going to be happening on the eyes. The only thing is curling my lashes and applying mascara. For bronzer I'm going to take my Body Shop Honey Bronzing Powder in the shade 01. And just contour and warm up my cheekbone area. This is a really beautiful powder. I've spoken about it before. I'm going to continue praising it because it's just so good and so underrated. I almost never hear people talking about it, but it's so good. For blush, I am going to take my Tarte Bling It On palette and I'm going to go into this shade over here, which is called Prim. By the way guys, I never really talk about these things because I'm someone who generally quite likes to avoid drama and not get themselves into any sort of internet disputes, or at least I try to. But have you been following that drama with the Nikki Tutorials collab with Too Faced, and that she was kind of screwed over and stuff? I don't really know what to think about this. I generally don't care for internet drama at all, and I think people are way too involved and make these things way too blown out of proportion. But I have been feeling like a little bit, I don't want to say negative, but I'm a little bit disappointed in Too Faced, if that's really the case. Because I do like a lot of their products. I know a lot of people like to bash their products, and I understand partially why that is. Don't get me wrong, I totally agree with a lot of people who think that Too Faced is a little too cutesy, a little two-faced, if you know what I mean. And I'm not into all of their products because some of them are like way too childish, but I do like their chocolate bar palettes. I did like their sweet peach palette a lot, even though a lot of people said that they didn't. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about that. Anywho, let's do a little bit of highlighting, and I'm going to take the Makeup Geek Duochrome highlighter in shade Psychedelic, which is absolutely stunning, by the way. I don't know if you can see that beautiful peachy pink shift the highlighter has. If you go to my Instagram, I have like a short video where I try to show the beautiful shift in this highlighter. But I'm going to take that on my Spectrum A04 brush and highlight my cheekbones with it, because it is so beautiful and stunning. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know whether you can see this. See whether you can see this. It's so stunning. Oh my god. Makeup Geek highlighters have a very like soft and very finely milled powder, and their highlighters have a very beautiful sheen to them. They can also pack a punch, so if you're someone who really enjoys like super in your face highlighters, I think you can definitely build these up to be very, very intense. But if you don't, they can also be just a beautiful sheen. Let's do a little bit of Cupid's bow highlighting, shall we? Okay. And now the sun has decided to be out, because why not? My sincerest apologies if the lighting is changing and it looks weird. Anyhow, I'm going to spritz my Real Technique sponge with my Max Fix Plus, because I don't like to spritz my whole face, it goes all over my hair. And if I do this, it achieves basically the same result, which is, you know, setting my makeup a little bit and especially blending all the powders that I put on my face a little bit better. I hesitate a little bit what to do with my lipstick. The choices are Sugarpill's Strange Love lipstick and Motel from Urban Decay, which is a gorgeous, like, classic blue-based red. I wish you guys were here to tell me what you prefer, because I really don't know. I mean, this one would be beautiful, but Motel would be beautiful as well. You know what? Since we're going with Urban Decay, I feel like we should go for Motel, which is why the first thing I'm going to do is line my lips, because this is a really bright red, and we all know I suck at applying really bright lipsticks to my face. So I'm going to line my lips and then fill them in with the lipstick. In with Motel. So that was it for this installment of my Moondust eyeshadow tutorial series going on here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm already looking forward to making the next one. I know I'm a little bit behind on my Forgotten series. I know Amber has already recorded her episode, so I should really get on to mine. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you are interested in what products I used, then please refer to the description box below, because I always leave a full list of what I've put on my face. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!